can't believe I'm saying this. Almost 50 years ago today, the original Woodstock was held in Bethel, New York.
And we're going to relive that this weekend at the Blue Stem in Moorhead. You'll be able to catch 2 days of peace and music and talking about the
And
event.
love. Don't forget love.
Peace, love, and music. Peace, love. Meryl Pepcorn is here to talk a little bit about this incredible event. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yep, all of the above. You know, Woodstock 50 years ago. That means if you were 20 years old at the time of Woodstock, which I happen to be, that means you're years old today. So, you know,
There'll be no math. We won't do that.
The fun thing about Woodstock is that, you know, the idea just kind of popped into my head about a year ago, and we've been working on this for a year, promoting it and organizing it and getting the musicians lined up, and so it's been a long time in the works. But it just kind of popped into my head to do it, and I got a hold of Jade at Jade Presents, because he's got all the technical infrastructure, the ticket selling, and runs all the concerts at Blue Stem. So I'm putting the show together. Jade Presents is doing the rest, and we've got a good team to put on a fantastic show. Like you said, it's peace, love, and music. That's the main thrust of this show.
Take us down memory lane for a minute. Like, what was the mystique of Woodstock?
Well, I think it was the first of its kind, and it was the times. The 60s, where, you know, there were a lot of things going on in the 60s. The civil rights movement, free love, maybe a sexual revolution in a sense, perhaps. The hippie generation was kind of coming around, and a lot of controversy with that. There was the Vietnam War was going on. You know, it all was kind of really bubbling, and music was emerging. There was a huge rock and roll scene that was really bursting out. Acts like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and The Who and the band and the Grateful Dead, and they were just really kind of taking the nation by storm. And there was just a lot of energy, which is somewhat similar to some of the things going on today, but it was certainly unique, and we're just happy to be presenting some of that energy, again, mainly in the form of the music.
Okay, so bring it to the music. You're kind of recreating it. We have a schedule up here. This is day one. Kind of run us through a couple of the big acts.
Okay, you know, it was a combination. There were a few folk acts and mostly the big rock acts. Jimi Hendrix is going to be, Jake Schaefbauer is doing Jimi Hendrix. Wow. He's kicking off the show. And then Santana, my friend Richard Torrance is winding up the Friday night show with Santana. He's got it down to a T. And then Saturday, my group is starting things off with the Butterfield Blues Band. And Mike Holtz is going to start off with Richie Havens and his Freedom.
So much.
Then Butterfield Blues Band, and it just goes on. Post-traumatic funk syndrome. Probably our biggest name, local band doing Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The Crosby, Stills, and Nash show is amazing, and that's going to wind up the show on Saturday night.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get a little taste from one of the performers.
Yes.
You didn't bring your harmonica.
No,
I wanted you to play.
Gina Powers is going to play. She's going to do Woodstock, the Joni Mitchell song, which wasn't actually sung at Woodstock, but it clearly defines the era.